welcome CSU. I'm Jacky Wilson, and you've just tuned in to another episode of CTV Talks. We've got a great show for you tonight. We'll be hearing about the ASCSU winners, as well as talking with some very cool students from CSU ourselves. So please welcome Cody Potter, and Lani Rupp. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. So, what are you guys studying here at CSU?
I'm a business major, and I'm concentrating in CIS.
Cool.
I'm a business major as well, and I'm studying marketing.
Very neat. And I heard that you guys just did this really awesome event. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was actually on March 22nd. It was at Keystone. It was called the Red Bull Snow Wars. It was like a collegiate slopestyle competition, like freestyle. So slopestyle means there's rails and jumps. So in the competition, there was 2 down rails and then 3 jumps.
Cool.
And then
nice.
a quarter pipe at the end.
Cool. So what does that mean? What's a quarter pipe?
Just like a wall.
Okay, cool, neat. And so both of you skied, snowboard, how did that go?
She snowboarded, I skied, and it was a lot of fun. I also did the snow wars that was in Lake Tahoe, California.
Oh, neat.
Technically kind of in Nevada too.
Cool.
So it was great. I got second in the one at Keystone, and then I also got second at the one at Lake Tahoe.
Neat. So what's your business, or major, your business too, right?
Yeah, marketing.
Very cool.
And I'm a skier.
Awesome. And so how is that kind of tying into your major? Do you think you guys can like merge those two loves of yours?
Definitely. I want to do something in snowboarding. It's like my passion. I've been doing it for 12 years, so I definitely want to like keep it going and just work for snowboarding.
Cool. How about you? Anything?
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to make my passion my job. And actually with Icelandic skis, hand built in Denver, I actually have an internship locked in for this summer.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit more about this Red Bull event? I'm really curious. How did that whole thing go down? Like, how did you hear about it? Things like that.
I heard about it from the snowboard team. I'm on the freestyle for CSU.
Cool. And
we had about 4 or 5 from the team competing, and then the Red Bull person got a hold of some other people and got more competitors.
Sweet. How about you?
The Red Bull rep, Drew Dodds, actually hit me up on the phone and said, hey, I heard you're pretty good at skiing. Would you like to compete in this? And I'm willing to take any opportunity I can to represent not only my school but my state. So it was definitely an opportunity that I had to take advantage of.
Very neat. And then going to Tahoe. So I heard that you had a little bit of an accident.
It's a really dramatic story because, I mean, all week for whole spring break I was snowboarding. I started at Keystone, I went to Vail, went to Steamboat, and then back to Keystone for the competition. And the whole week I'd just been working on my backflip. I've probably tried it like 8 or 9 times and like didn't land it. And then my first try in the competition I landed it. And then the next day we were like, oh, it's the last day, let's go snowboarding for funs, maybe get some practice in. On my very first run, I went off a jump and fractured my arm, separated my shoulder, and I just had surgery last week and just kind of got sliced up.
You can just see it just bruised and
broken arm and broken dreams.
Oh, no. So obviously you said this happened the day after the competition.
Yeah, and I got first place. So my grand prize would have been the trip to Lake Tahoe. Red Bull would have covered everything from the flight, hotel, transportation, entry fees, food, everything. And then the broken arm, they just kind of like left me, and they're like, no, you can't really compete.
Oh, no.
Like, we need somebody to represent. So I just kind of have just been in the hospital.
What a bummer. Well, you went through this crazy competition and then obviously had that horrible thing happen.
Yeah.
But what was the most intimidating part about the competition itself?
Snow.
The snow.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, on the day of the Keystone competition, it was dumping snow.
Oh, gosh.
They had to do whatever they could to keep the speed up, make sure that we were clearing the jumps, which still we weren't clearing.
A lot of people didn't clear the jumps. They'd like clip it. I saw so many crashes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, usually it was like you made the first jump, you made the second jump, and by the third jump you didn't have enough speed. But it's a competition, so I kind of felt like you're obligated to do the jump and do whatever trick you're gonna do.
Yeah, and how many competitors were there?
I don't know about snowboarding and stuff. You'd probably know
There's
for
probably like 50 competitors snowboarding.
Yeah,
Wow.
and there was probably about 20 to 30 skiers.
That's insane. And so to get first place, that's like a big deal.
Yeah, well, there wasn't that many girls, but still, like, I was the only one that did something like cool, like landed my first backflip.
That is so amazing. What a rewarding experience too. Very neat. And so where did this take you? You said this took you all the way to Tahoe. So what was that experience like?
That experience was awesome because the first time that I traveled out of the state to ski and compete was I went to Junior Olympics in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire. Cool. So to go to Lake Tahoe for this was really awesome. I didn't have my parents with me or anything. So
nice.
And my sister actually was the girl skier, Brooke Potter.
Oh, cool.
So it was almost like a little trip for my sister and I to go on. So
wow.
it was really
family
fun.
trip. How fun. Very neat. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. It was so interesting hearing about this really awesome sport that you guys do.
Yeah.
How
love
cool. Well, stay tuned to CTV Talks. We've got more coming up after the break.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
The great outside.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
So shiny.
We both love the outdoors.
That's not a flower.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
For the president and vice president of ASCSU for the upcoming year, I want to thank all of you for such a lovely time. I had a great time working with everyone. So we'll get right to it. So the winner of this year's election is Samantha, Guinn and Li.
So congratulations again. Great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So tell me how you feel about this. Like I'm going to throw up.
I'll get through it up, so that's taken care of.
And now what is your first plan of action as president and vice president? I would like to personally congratulate all the campaigns. I think everybody's run a very, very clean race and everyone did a really good job. And congratulations to making it through everything, everybody.
I really want to go out and thank all my volunteers, everyone who put in time and effort and really supported us all the way through. Might have been just buying us a sandwich or actually helping me wake up really early and just loading up the truck every day. But thank you to every one of our volunteers, everyone who went out of their way and said, vote Guinn and Li Puma.
So any last regards that you'd like to say? Thank you for everyone who's watching and for voting and for supporting us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your support.
Well, we're throwing it back to Austin.
Thanks, Meg. Those are quite the election results, and it was so good to hear them. You know what else is good to hear right now? 62 degrees outside at 8 o'clock p.m. Wind chill out of the west at 9 miles per hour, not dropping the temperatures at all. Clear skies, just continuing that pattern we've seen over the last few days. You can see today we reached 75 degrees here in Fort Collins, nearly peaking at our record high from 1977 at 81 degrees. 15 degrees warmer than usual for this time of year. We'll continue this pattern over the next few days. Tonight, though, 41 degrees here in Fort Collins, still mild, 42 in Denver, 20s and 30s in the mountains. Certainly will be another beautiful day tomorrow, however, 67 in Fort Collins, just about as warm as today, 69 in Denver. Hot spot tomorrow is in Pueblo at 77, 50s and 40s in the mountains. However, this system will be sticking around the next few days. That high pressure over Arizona is what's keeping us so warm. It's bringing winds out of the west, and as they rush down the mountains, they warm up and bring us those high 70s and high 60s for our area. The 5-day forecast is also looking terrific. 71 on Friday, 70 on Saturday, and then bad news. Sunday, we're seeing that Colorado roller coaster dropping 30 degrees to a high of 40 degrees with a chance for some snow. We're still waiting to see how much we could get, an inch or up to 6 inches, so we'll have more later in the week. Jackie, I'm about sick of this roller coaster weather.
I hear you. Well, thank you so much for those weather updates, Austin.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the show.
Of course, and thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week for another episode of CTV Talks.
I'm Austin Harley.
And I'm Jacky Wilson.
Have a good night, Rams.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.